Hello everybody. Hey look, it's that video I said I was going to make 2 weeks ago and I finally got around to doing it because more information has come to light and we can actually talk about some stuff like this now, and I feel it's important to talk about sort of the plans I have for FM22 when it actually is fully released beyond the beta and whatnot, and all sorts of other stuff that we've got coming up this year. So hey, stick around. For anything else, obviously I started running a competition to give you the opportunity to win FM22. That is still technically going and will be for the next couple of days until the full release as well, so there'll be a link in the description. Click that, go through, there's several different ways that you can enter the competition, and yeah, you'll get notified if you won by email. I'll probably have another code that I can give away once the full game is out as well, so yeah, if you don't win this one, don't worry, there's going to be a second chance coming. In the description as well, you will also find 2 different straw polls for the 2 different main saves I'm going to be doing, which I'll talk about in a sec, but basically, yeah, managers for both of them, so we can vote on who's going to be the manager for each save. One of them will obviously feature people from the YouTube save, mostly from Outcast to Icons, I would have said, and the other will feature mostly people from the stream save. In fact, not mostly, exclusively from the stream saves, so we can choose the manager for that save as well. I'll start with the stream stuff first, and obviously if you do want to follow over on the streams, then there's a link in the description to that as well. So this year we're going to be doing Building a Nation, just like we did last year. However, I feel like this year there is way more scope for what can actually be done with it, with the dynamic youth ratings and some other changes under hood to the game that is going to make this even more ridiculous. Now, if you remember last year, for those of you that missed this, we did actually manage to get Tromsø and the Elite Syrian to be the 3rd highest rated league in Europe in Norway, which was actually quite an achievement for my money. But moreover than that, we also got 2 different teams from Norway that weren't us to win the Europa Conference League while we were not managing them, just by the way that we developed the league itself and the other clubs there too, which was incredible to see both Molde and Brann be able to do that. So that was awesome. This time around, we're going to be doing it in the Republic of Ireland with Treaty United, a sort of essentially a brand new side formed out of the ashes of the club that used to be Limerick. Now, they're doing pretty well in real life in the 2nd tier, which is where we will be starting with them, of course, but our aim is, of course, to make the Irish League the best league in Europe, and I think it can possibly be done this time around. The squad rules are very, very relaxed there. The youth rating obviously is going to be dynamic and is already better than Norway, I think, too. So I think it's going to be a sensational... It's just going to be fun. I'm really, really looking forward to getting stuck in. So if that sounds like something that interests you, then hey, drop over to our streams 3 times a week, Tuesday, Thursday, and of course at Saturday, 11 AM. Now, YouTube main save. Probably the reason most of you are all here, but this is the thing that needs a little bit more introduction and discussion. So every single year since I've been doing YouTube, I've been doing, my first big save was always an English save with a rebuilding concept. This year, I just felt like mixing things up a little bit to a point with regard to the sort of overall concept. It is still going to be in England because I just wanted to manage down here. But the rebuilding concept has sort of fallen by the wayside for this save because I feel like there's an opportunity to do something a little bit more, I say a little bit more interesting, a little bit special this time around. And that is, with the big money that's been pouring in to the northeast lately, mostly to Newcastle, in fact, exclusively to Newcastle, they're obviously going to be a huge moneyed side in FM. Obviously, we've seen their transfer budgets and the way they've spent. 250 million pounds they've spent in one season on my Liverpool save. So it stands to reason they're probably going to become a European giant in a lot of people's saves, which is obviously very cool to see something different there. However, this throws up an interesting opportunity with a From the Shadows style save to try to overthrow Newcastle United as the dominant force in Newcastle with a very small team from non-league. In the same kind of way that we did with Paris FC to try to overthrow PSG in that save, but starting much lower and building to something hopefully much bigger. Now, there are a few different sides in the conversation around Tyneside for this type of save. Now, ideally, like best case scenario, the team I would actually like to do for this is Newcastle Blue Star. The badge is cool. They have cool connections to the club as well. Lee Clark is currently the director of football there as well, so there's all sorts of actual NUFC connections there too, and I think that would be amazing to be able to take those guys up from where they are now to take on the might that will be Newcastle, no doubt 5 or 6 years into this save. The slight problem, of course, is that after sort of essentially dissolving in 2008, 2009, they are playing in the Northern Alliance League, which is the 11th tier of English football, the 7th step on the non-league ladder. And unfortunately, I just don't see there being a database available for that quick enough to be able to start this off. Obviously, I'm happy to wait a little bit and we can continue our Liverpool save a little bit longer because, you know, I'm enjoying this at the moment and we'll definitely be able to finish out the season, so don't worry about that. I won't just be stopping randomly. But there are some other clubs' potential options, but really I would like to do Blue Star. There's North Shields, South Shields, there's a few other clubs in that area too. There's Gateshead, however, I think they start a little bit too high up in the 6th tier. too high up in the 6th tier, he says, for what I really want to do. And there's also Newcastle Benfield as well. Another club with actually Newcastle in the name. So there's actually 3 of them. The working situation right now is I still want it to be Newcastle Blue Star. And I'm not opposed to moving them into a slightly higher league. Should I at least get a database that could maybe go down to tier 8 or 9. So we could just get going with the club I actually want. And I say put them back where they were. They were a little bit higher. They actually were in the Northern Premier League at one point. So they have a history of being there. But needless to say, there's other clubs in the pipeline. So that's definitely what's hopefully going to be our main save going forward on YouTube for FM22. Essentially From the Shadows. Probably won't be called that, but that's basically the idea. We're going to take a small club from Tyneside and we're going to make them the dominant force in the city and try and overthrow newly moneyed Newcastle. I'm very much looking forward to it because I think we're going to be massively up against it and it's going to kind of hit all the lovely marks. We're going to get to have the Road to Glory element, the From the Shadows element, and yeah, some kind of new elements in there too. So I'm very much looking forward to that and I hope you guys are as well. So yeah, thank you for listening to me ramble about this for a couple of minutes. I didn't really want to make this video too long, but I did sort of want to explain my thought processes behind what I was trying to do for it to give you an idea of what happens. Now again, it's not set in stone, but that's definitely the way that I will be going. And don't worry, we'll find a way to sign Regan Booty in there somewhere. It's not impossible. He will come. If you build it, the booty will come. So yeah, hope to see you guys tomorrow for Liverpool and of course in streams next week too. So thank you for watching and I'll see you guys very, very soon. Bye-bye.